Hi everyone, Mike Volkin here. Today we're going to talk about how to calculate your hourly rate, and I made a very easy spreadsheet for you. You don't even really have to understand it, you just have to be able to put in numbers, but I am going to walk you through it so you do understand it because some of the things on here you can modify to customize to your liking. So first thing to note, the yellow cells have formulas in them. Let me increase the, let me zoom in, hold on one second. That is so much better. Okay. So now we can see it better. So the yellow cells have formulas in them, which means if you're not good with Excel or you don't want to mess up the formula string, then don't touch the cells in yellow. Okay, so whether you have a current salary now and you're looking to maybe see what it takes to leave your current job, or you're a freelancer that's full-time now and have a yearly goal, or the other option is you have a salary and you're side hustling and you want a yearly side hustle goal. That's fine too. What you want to do is put that in here. Okay. I have a notes section here that shows you some notes on each of these rows here and how I came about on these formulas. And if you want to change them, you can. So let's just say we're starting out with a goal of $75,000. Let's say that you're a corporate person, you make $75,000 a year, and you want to know what it's going to take to replace your salary freelancing, how much you should charge per hour. Well, let's go through that. And by the way, this scenario works. It could be more than just that corporate scenario. You could do, if you're freelancing and you have a goal, you can replace it with that as well. All right, so let's say that you have, well, let's not just say this is an actual fact. Your revenue per week would be $1,500 is what you're going to need to replace a salary of, or a goal of $75,000. I'm simply just taking B5, which is this cell right here, and dividing it by the hours worked per year, which is 50. I know there's 52 hours or 52 weeks in a year, but people like to take vacation, so you take a couple weeks off. If you are one of those people that want to factor in, hey, I want to work 52 weeks a year, great. Then change this number to 52, all right, and everything else will auto-calculate. If you say, Mike, I only want to work 6 months out of the year, fine, then do that calculation. This is in weeks, so 6 weeks or 6 months times 4 weeks in a month would be 24, okay? Be that as it may, this scenario is assuming that you want to take a 2-week vacation, which is pretty standard, okay? Need to save for payroll taxes. So what a lot of people don't realize is that when you work for a company, they're actually paying taxes for you. They're paying your payroll taxes, all right? Yes, you have to pay your taxes. You're probably in the 15% tax bracket. But then when you work for yourself, you're your own company, you've got to pay your payroll taxes too. So you're typically looking at about a third of your revenue from going to taxes. So what I like to say is, whenever you take in any amount of money, let's just say for the sake of round numbers, it's $1,000. You want to take a third of that and you want to put that in a savings account, okay, 33% of that. But your payroll taxes will be 15%. So you want to take that money and you want to put that 15% immediately at least. I do 30, you should do 30 as well, but I say 15%. And because that's money you know that's going out. The other 15% is going to come out from deductions and stuff at the end of the year when your CPA does your taxes. So at any rate, you should take at least 15% because that's a guarantee what's going out to the government, okay? So 15% of this number, the 75,000, will be times, so 75,000 times 15%, it means 11,250 is going to Uncle Sam, all right? And by the way, if you're not in the U.S., you can just use your own 15%, whatever your country will charge you for payroll taxes, okay? Just change this number here. All right, insurance cost. If you have a spouse that has insurance that covers your whole family, then you can just delete this. You don't need this, all right? But if you are someone who needs medical insurance or any other type of insurance, you want to figure, you know, it ranges all over the map, about $1,000 a month, and that's conservative, okay? Usually, I would say if you're in good health, you're in the U.S., you're in your 20s to 30s to 40s, you see a doctor occasionally for checkups and stuff, you're probably going to be paying around $600 to $800 a month, okay? But figure $1,000. So this is a yearly cost of $12,000 a year. Now you're going to have business expenses too, all right? So what you can do, and we're going to put in marketing later, but business expenses is $400 a month, all right? There's stuff that you're going to need, all right? You're going to need an accountant if you're not one. You're going to need a CPA. Hopefully you won't need this, but you've got to factor in a potential need for a lawyer, right? Software, hosting, like website or whatever, right? You're going to need that kind of stuff. And that's going to run you about $400 a month or about $4,800. Now, if you want to do marketing, some freelancers don't. They're just like, okay, I'm just not going to pay anything, right? I'm just going to use my referrals, whatever. I left it at 0. But if you want to throw that in there, just throw in a number. Do it as a yearly number to be consistent with all these. So if you say $100 a month for marketing, then you can put in $1,200, right? So $100 times 12 months out of the year. And then all you have to do is just take this formula, this total right here, and just do a plus sign and just add this number in there like that. And everything else will auto-calculate, okay? But let's just go ahead and leave that out now because sometimes, many times, marketers or freelancers don't want to do any marketing at all. All right. Okay, so let's assuming we're the 50 weeks a year, which we already discussed, and then we have the hours of work a week. Now you might say, Mike, I work more than 20 hours a week. At my corporate job, I work 40. Why would I only be working 20 hours as a freelancer? I thought I was supposed to work harder. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to work harder. You're supposed to get in a good system, so you don't have to work harder. In fact, it should be easier. But you know, there is a level of hustle that you need. The fact of the matter is, though, you've got to work in your business sometimes. You've got to log stuff. You've got to follow up with stuff. You got to take discovery calls. All that stuff is unpaid, right? So you should figure about 4 hours every day should be billable. That's when you know you have a pretty full book, all right? 6 hours if you're a really busy freelancer, but that's when it really starts to get hard managing yourself, okay? So I went ahead and put in 4 hours in this calculation. Hours per week of work. If you want to change this, you can. This is not a formula. Just go ahead and update this number, okay? I'm figuring 4 hours of billable work a day, 5 days a week, okay? So that means you need this number of revenue per week. So if you calculate all this stuff out, this formula will tell you need to bill at $103.05 if you need health insurance and a $75,000 goal. All right, if you have a $75,000 goal, if you need health insurance, you got to pay your payroll taxes, you want to work 20 hours a week, take your 2-week vacation, like all that. It's variable, but all that's going to equate to about $103.05 an hour. All right. Hopefully this sheds a little bit of light and makes it much more clear on what you should be charging if you want to charge per hour. Okay, thank you.